So, as we all know, GTA is a game well known for parodying America and American culture, and Rockstar Games is very good at this as portrayed in past GTA games, whether it be through in-game TV shows, the ads you hear on the radio, or something as simple as the parodied stores you'll see driving through Los Santos or Liberty City. But a few years back, an interesting statement was shared by former Rockstar Games president Dan Houser that has suddenly become relevant again, and that's regarding recent news of Donald Trump losing the 2020 United States election. In an interview from 2018, Dan Houser announced they were happy to be releasing Red Dead Redemption 2, a game which is in no way as satirical as GTA. In fact, it's the complete opposite. And he later goes on to discuss his feelings on dropping a GTA game during Trump's presidency in the United States. When asked about the state of the United States and the next GTA game's attempts to parody what was going on in the US at the time, Dan says both intense liberal progression and intense conservatism are both very militant and very angry. It is scary, but it's also strange, and yet both of them seem occasionally to veer towards the absurd. It's hard to satirize for those reasons. Some of the stuff you see is straightforwardly beyond satire. It would be out of date within 2 minutes. Everything is changing so fast. Now, if you're wondering what exactly Dan means by the difficulty in satirizing the United States, he's basically saying with how ridiculous things have gotten in the US during Trump's presidency, trying to make things even more ridiculous for the sake of a GTA game would be much harder than Rockstar Games would have thought, and I believe them. Aside from satirizing the country, Dan also touches on the fact that there's quite a bit of risk involved with releasing a game while Trump is in office, mainly due to the fact that Trump isn't scared to comment on anything that may involve him or his likeness. And for Rockstar to drop their next GTA game without any reference to Trump, or at least a parodied version of him in the game, would be a huge missed opportunity for some in-game humor for players to enjoy. However, Rockstar's choice to include or reference the president in the game could get them in some hot water, and that's probably not in Rockstar's best interests after what happened with past GTA games and US politicians, mainly being Hillary Clinton and GTA San Andreas. Now, if you don't know what I'm talking about, long story short, when GTA San Andreas was released, a certain piece of content was left in the game by Rockstar, which was known as the hot coffee activity. Now, I'm not going to get into details, as if you're really interested, you can find this mod on Google, but let's just say for a game that came out in the early 2000s, this was definitely not something anybody would expect to see in a video game, and it got Rockstar into quite a bit of hot water with Hillary Clinton that ended up causing San Andreas to be almost re-rated, as instead of being a mature 17 plus game to a new rating called adults only, which definitely would not help them sell more copies of the game. Now, a few years later, Rockstar responded to this by parodying the Statue of Liberty in GTA 4's Liberty City to hold a familiar face, a bit of a jab at Hillary Clinton for the liberties she tried to take away from Rockstar due to what happened with San Andreas. Now, obviously, if Rockstar were to go ahead and try to do the same thing with Donald Trump, I'm sure the response they would get would be much more different considering the political climate we're in these days, and for that reason, they may be a bit more quiet surrounding politics in the game, which isn't really a great thing for us. However, now that Donald Trump is no longer the United States president, it begs the question as to whether Rockstar is now okay with dropping the game. Well, from my perspective, to say the US political situation won't have an impact on the next GTA game simply would not be true, as I'm sure this will impact how much of the game's content will reference certain political situations that have happened in the past, as Rockstar does like to parody well-known events as little Easter eggs in their games. But To say that now that Donald Trump is out of office and GTA 6 will come immediately would probably also be a dumb thing to say. However, I'm sure now that Donald Trump is no longer the United States president, this has definitely alleviated some stress on the shoulders of Rockstar Games regarding how far they can go in their next title when it comes to referencing certain things that may not be politically correct. Even Red Dead Redemption 2 was subject to this when a video went viral of what was Arthur Morgan punching a feminist in the game. Now, the crazy thing about this is that it isn't something that Rockstar had intentionally put in the game to do, as in any Red Dead Redemption or GTA game, you're free to attack, kill, or hurt anybody, whether they're a feminist or not. Simply because of the title of this video, Scirocco, who made this video, who makes a lot of similar type of videos just like this in Red Dead Redemption 2, actually had their channel taken down temporarily and later reinstated, which just goes to show how something in a video game can catch so much attention, especially nowadays. I'm sure the next GTA game will have its own world of interesting characters that you can come across which will be relevant to things we've seen in the past few years, and I'm sure somebody will end up making a video just like Scirocco did that will go viral, catch way too much attention, and probably end up getting them, or even Rockstar Games, in trouble for allowing this to be in a video game. Despite all of that, I hope this doesn't cause Rockstar to intentionally censor or cut content out of what will probably be the best game they ever drop, and let the next GTA game hold everything they want it to, whether it offends some people or it doesn't. I'm interested to hear from you guys in the comments though on this, and whether you think Trump's loss in the recent election will have an actual impact on Rockstar Games and the next GTA game. And aside from that, if you made it to the end of the video, thank you guys so much for watching. Now, I just wanted to say one thing. I don't normally discuss politics on my channel, and this isn't something I'm going to start regularly doing. But simply because this article has become so relevant today with Donald Trump's loss, I thought it would be a good idea to discuss it with you guys. I also want to say whether you support Donald Trump or Joe Biden, I really don't care. This video is completely non-biased, and I have nothing against both candidates. And as always, guys, if you made it to the end of the video, it's been Nick Plays Games, and I'll see you guys next time. Peace!